Hey, what's going on, y'all? Today is Monday, May 11th, 2026. Welcome to episode 17, I believe, of To the Window. 16 plus 1 is 17, so that math checks out. Appreciate y'all giving us some time today. As always, my name is Chris, your emotional, not always logical better, and I'm joined, as always, by the DGen gambling expert, the commissioner of the Women's National Basketball Association. Jemiah, what's going on, brother?
Not much, man. My baby's mamas were good to us this weekend. All of them, even the moderately unattractive ones, but they are putting out a good fucking product, dude. It was they had people at the bar watching Indiana and Dallas. When I did the pod on Saturday, I put in a bet on Indiana. I said I hated it, and I told everybody to go against it. Turns out I was right. Bet the under, told them to go against that too. Turns out I was right. So out of the few losses we had this week, that was it. But the WNBA is putting their best foot forward right now, and the money is showing, and it's showing in the way the women are playing. So that's a good thing. But other than that, NBA had a decent weekend too. And MLB, we're treading water. It's May. Who gives a fuck? I mean, when you're betting underdogs, you go from like Friday we were 0-4, all underdogs, to Saturday 4-0. So it's not linear. MLB will never be linear, especially when you only bet underdogs and get rid of which I said in the pod on Saturday, we're getting rid of the Nerfies and the Yerfies until probably right before the All-Star break, because baseball wants runs, and anything that is hip and cool, Vegas is going to catch on, and they are going to fuck it up. So Nerfies and Yerfies have been just everywhere. So anybody who's winning on Yerfies and Nerfies, shouts out to you. It ain't my bag right now. It's too early in the season. What about the footy?
Kind of feel the same way, man. Been some up and down results in MLS. Like, you think you're at the point now, 2 months into the season, where teams are starting to figure out who they are. And that was reflected in the outcomes this weekend. I mean, as always, the MLS overs hit. So, no big deal there. We finished up for the weekend 10-7 overall, down 3 units overall because of me leaning in a little bit to Nashville and a few others where I kind of fell in love with the bet a little bit and admittedly should have just stayed true to the system. And, those are the ones where now I'm just going to be a boat in calm seas, just same bet every time, especially while I'm still trying to learn more and find, a greater edge on footy because there's so many factors there. So record wise, good, unit wise down. But honestly, I've got a few ideas for Wednesday, which I'll share here in a few minutes. But I'm really at the point with MLS right now, especially through the World Cup, where it may just be overs for now because it's so unpredictable. And I mean, the bad teams are bad, the good teams are good, but there's going to be so much that changes and so much that'll continue to evolve over the summer that I kind of feel right now like it's trying to I'm trying to pin the tail on the donkey almost a little bit, and I don't want to go insane in the process. So just trying to,
I'm just looking up something. I want to give you an idea right quick as to what you are diving into. Well, that's not right. Well, that's because it's not. Today is the 11th. I didn't know there was Prem on today.
We got one match.
Tottenham and Leeds.
Yep.
Hang on. I'm trying to find, and I might be wrong. It looks like I'm wrong. I was just going to say, because just scrolling through the squarest book in the world, which is fucking Bovada, you look at a basketball game and literally there are, tonight, for the Oklahoma City Thunder and the Lakers game, there are 719 bets you can possibly make. A lot of them are parlays and shit like that. But then when you go to the Prem or La Liga or anything like that, it only says 126 for the one today. Problem being, problem being one of the bets is anytime goal scorer and has 30 people on it. So take that 30, add in the Asian handicap. There's just so many angles in footy and MLS that when I leaned into it, 2016, 2017, when I first started fucking with the MLS overs, and I leaned into it, a way to bet it, my system was both teams to score. And I just looked for opportunities to bet that. And that's an angle you can go after. Some people go after red cards. Some people go after corners. Some people go after, but there's much.
A lot. Yeah.
It's so many moving parts, man. And then with the World Cup being this year, you've got to factor in the travel. You've got to factor in everything else. So you've got your hands are full, sir.
I feel, we'll talk more about that as we get closer to the World Cup. I feel better about some of the homework I've done to get ready for it and feel like I'm moving in the right direction. But But yeah, and like starting to test some of those models with the bets we made this weekend, and
Mhm.
like always, some of it hit, some of it didn't. And if I would have stuck to a consistent betting strategy, we would have won. But I didn't. So
It's
that's not a
hard,
David issue.
man.
That's a Chris issue. So
Well, it's hard when you love a bet so much. Look, in this business, it ain't it's what you know that gets you in trouble.
yeah, correct.
That
I
that's what costs you money. It's what you
any
know.
anytime I can bet against a team from the greater Boston area on a
Every
matter
time.
of, I'm going to do it. And that's what I
Fuck
did.
yeah.
And you know what? They didn't even win. All they did was draw. And if I would have
I don't
taken
care.
the handicap, it would have been fine. But
I,
either way,
that's an Atlanta thing, I guess.
yeah,
I just
what's that?
literally every chance I get, I am betting against that fucking city. I did it twice this past weekend when the Rays were playing the fucking Red Sox. The Bruins lost 6 playoff games in a row.
Yep.
Red Sox fired their coach. Celtics got eliminated. Jaylen Brown wants out. He can come home to Atlanta if he'd like.
Come on, brother.
Yeah, that's fuck. Outside of Real Boston Richie, he's a rapper. He's dope. Outside of that, man, fuck Boston.
Had one of the best omelets I've ever had in my life in Boston. That's my only redeeming quality about the city of Boston. So
yeah. We'll give you that.
And lots of stories from my drinking days, but that's neither here nor there. So, but yeah, either way, weekend was okay. And I guess to level set now, as we have immediately gone off the rails, to level set with the audience, what are you going to get from us on episode 17 of To the Window? We will do a deep dive into, or not a deep dive, as Jemiah kind of already mentioned, MLB right now, betting on it. Kind of weird, so we're going to get that out of the way early. I will give you a little bit more detail on what has happened and what I think is going to happen this week when it comes to the footy. And then the commissioner for the Women's National Basketball Association, Jemiah, will jump in and tell you what has been working so far, what he think is going to be continued, or probably, I would imagine, some trends we can keep an eye on going forward. And then we'll talk about the Men's Basketball Association and some of the recent developments there. So that is what we got for today's program. But as always, Jemiah, before we really get into the meat and potatoes of this, how are you feeling between the years? How are your mentals? It's a beautiful Monday in God's country, Atlanta, Georgia. Where's your head at, brother?
Man, I'm good, man. It's yesterday was cool. I didn't do shit.
Yeah.
I ran by the restaurant, opened up, let Carlos in, went to the office, did a quick little 20-minute pod on the WNBA picks I had, the few little baseball picks I had yesterday. It was like 20 bets, 25 bets the day before, but we ended up in the green, volume. And then in the last pod, I gave a little lesson on how volume works in sports betting, and that's the only thing that works in sports betting. But other than that, man, it was honestly a good weekend. And I didn't normally I have to get on the grill or I have to get in the kitchen and cook something to feel good.
Right.
And I didn't have to this week. And that was nice. So I'm not sure what to make of that.
Yeah,
I mean, for me, it's the cooking thing.
Well, not that, but just the fact that you didn't have to be like, oh, things are shit, I need to go do something to get my mind right. Like, what do you think was different from this weekend compared to other weekends?
I don't know. I think I real shit. Like betting is to me, the way our podcast is becoming, betting is becoming almost secondary. Like, we'll talk about it. We're going to give you picks. I'm going to timestamp the video so you guys who don't care about mental health and don't want to listen, you can scroll through and find the picks, later on in the show. But for me, it's becoming second in that I can get myself lost in the numbers in something that I really enjoy.
Right.
And I really enjoy looking at the numbers on the WNBA and the NBA when the players actually care. And I feel like, baseball's tough because who gives a shit in May about it? So I can't get lost in the numbers there. But the numbers don't lie. The numbers don't talk back. The numbers don't have an attitude or an opinion. The numbers are just the numbers. And I can get lost in there. And I'm not going to say it's like my happy place, but it's similar to me if I feel like shit's going off the rails. If I get in the kitchen and cook something, lets me feel like I'm in control.
Yeah.
And if I feel like the cart's getting in front of the horse, that's how I kind of get things in order, is get in the kitchen, get a mise en place together, get everything organized, cook a good meal, look at some numbers in the WNBA or the NBA, break these numbers down. And if it works out, it works out. It's out of my control. But I did the best I could to put out, as far as cooking wise or betting wise, I did the best I could to put out the best product possible. And just having that semblance of control centers me. Maybe it's different for other people, but I can see how some chefs are the way they are in the kitchen. That's their place. What about you? How are things?
You've touched on a concept that spend a lot of time talking about my other concept, please follow at Midlife Opportunity on Instagram as well.
We got to shout that out more for sure.
When you're done liking, subscribing to the window, that is, help us get to 500 followers so we can make some money off of this bitch. Yeah, I mean, honestly, dude, it's a focusing on what you can control and what you can't control. And I think that I've always been aware of it, but because of recent decisions I've made to change the kind of life that I'm living, I think I'm a lot more aware of like, and again, that's a whole other pod, but like being able to see the forest from the trees kind of a thing. Like understanding, like I took some time yesterday, like it was great Mother's Day. My ladies were happy. We did a wonderful brunch on Saturday. And everybody was good. Energy was good. I mean, like everybody's out of my house all week. So when they get home on the weekends, it's kind of like they want to do nothing. I'm at home all week. I want to do something. So it can be, it can be like that. But dude, the vibes were good. Like I was sitting here, like prepped, meals for the week, did all this stuff. My wife could just chill. She did some gardening yesterday. We're getting lots of fruits and veggies going, all that stuff. So it was cool to be like, just trying to be more present and in the moment. And I think in your point of like, especially being in a virtual space where a lot of times everything can be so negative. And it was just nice to be in a space where like I didn't have my phone on me. I'm outside. Nobody's bothering me. Like I'm breathing fresh air. Like I felt good. And even coming here today, I've only got a handful of bets to talk about soccer, but it's like knowing this is a part of the process and I have control over this. Like it really is about finding those things you can control and the things that you can't control. Like I'm not going to say fuck them, but like I've said this to Reds recently. It's like, I'm not driving down the road with rear view mirrors anymore. I'm only looking through the windshield. So like, I'm not going to worry my time, my energy, especially with the people I care about. When I'm doing this with you, one of my good brothers, like I'm not going to let that shit stick to me. I just can't. And so I think that, but like anything, like you said, like it's repeatable. You have to continue to do it. Like the only way your brain is going to accept that you're in a safe space now is because you've done that cooking thing so many times. And so your brain knows, okay, everything goes good here. So it's like, so honestly, for all of our listeners out there, like find that thing for you, whether it's time with your family, like I'm talking about, whether it's cooking pork chops at 2:30 in the morning, like Jemiah is talking about, like
literally 2:30 in the morning. Yeah.
He is not bullshitting. I'm not going to give you his address, but I'm sure if you drove by, it'd be smelling like pork out there.
Shit. You've been to my house back when we both were drinking, we're sitting at the bar. It's like, you want to go cook at my house? Yeah, fuck it. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go. Yeah, the number of Mondays like just to fuck with you on a Sunday, but yeah.
And looking back on that was a coping mechanism.
Yeah.
Like I thought drinking was my coping mechanism. It was, I need to go home and cook to settle that. I thought the booze was doing it. It wasn't the booze. It was the being in the kitchen, being in control of something that I can control. And guess what? If I burn the fucking pork chops, well, guess what? That's on me. I burned the fucking pork chops. Oh no. You know what I'm saying? But the other stuff, that the burning of the food, that falls directly on me. And you know what? Cool. I can own that.
Yeah. Totally agree. Good stuff, brother. I'm glad we're both doing well on a Monday. And so on that note, to get us moving, hopefully everybody's still with us. If we lost anybody who skipped ahead, shame on you, because it's really helpful to have those discussions with people you care about. Make sure this is good. So not here to wave my thumb at people on the internet, but if you did, I don't know what you're doing. So that said, Yerfies, Nerfies, it is May 11th. It's too early for baseball. Cover whatever you want.
I'm still betting it though. I'm gonna run through these 3 games right quick. First game up, Tampa Bay Rays. They're still dogs for whatever reason, and they're one of the hottest teams in baseball. They're going up to Toronto to play the Blue Jays today. Put it like this: Gosman is good, but every time he pitches, fade him against a comparable pitcher. Rasmussen is just better in every metric. 2.95 ERA, 0.93 WHIP. Gosman's WHIP is higher. You're giving me plus money on a team that's won a bunch of games. We are taking the Tampa Bay Rays to the window at plus 111. Next one is Houston. This one I'm kind of questioning. I did the full game. Astros and Mariners at 8 o'clock tonight, Minute Maid Park. I did the full game. That worries me. I should have done first 5, I think, but the value wasn't really there. So we've got Houston at plus 121 against the Mariners. Lambert is pitching for Houston, and he's solid. And they're going against George Kirby, who has been pitching well this year, but I think he's due for a little bit of regression. Seattle's traveling. Lambert's ERA better. His WHIP's a little worse. Strikeout rate's way better. Walk walk rate
Walk
is
weight,
worse.
walk
Easy
weight,
for me to say.
walk weight,
Walk weight,
walk weight.
but a lot the sharp guys are on the Astros. I watched the line move overnight as I tend to do at 2-3 in the morning, and is some reverse line movement on the Astros. So we took the Astros at plus money. And the last dog of the day that I'm not a big fan of, but I'm fading Mike Soroka here, the former Brave. We are taking the no, I'm not. Apologies, I'm not fading Mike Soroka. I'm fading Nathan Eovaldi. We're taking the Diamondbacks plus 111. Mike Soroka, I think, had a bad outing his last time out, and I think that the Arizona Diamondbacks are live in the spot at plus money. There's your baseball.
All right,
Done.
rock and
Yep,
roll.
done and done. That's about as deep as it's going to get until the playoffs start, man.
That's beautiful. That
fucking 162 games, you fucking morons. Jesus Christ. But the AB, I gotta say, man, the time clock and the automatic ball strike challenge thing is awesome.
I agree.
It's the best thing that they've done in a long since I don't know.
Games moving. And to your
point,
man,
it's really good.
With there being how many games played over the course of a season collectively, you got it.
Yeah, it's just like you got to. There's no reason for each game to be 3.5 to 4 hours.
No, well, I mean, drinking me at the stadium feels differently, but now if I'm watching the game,
those are some good days, man.
I want it to be 2.5 hours, and I want it to be I watched the Braves game last night, or I turned it on in the fifth or whatever. God bless. Shout out YouTube Multiview. Please sponsor it because that is I'm cycling between basketball and hockey and WNBA. The Braves are on, and man, I only caught the last 4 innings, but that shit was over lickety split in
30 minutes.
Changes. I was like, dang, I sit down with my kid in the other room. I hear her stupid show, and then I come back in. I'm like, damn, thing's over. Yeah,
that's
baseball's
awesome.
Doing a lot of things right. It is still too many games, but
yeah. By the way, we were on the Braves yesterday. Listen, baseball guys, Yankees, Dodgers, fade them every chance you get. Bet against them every chance you get. Most profitable team in baseball right now is going to be. It's between the Reds, the Cardinals, and the Rockies. And the Nationals are pretty profitable as well. Yankees, Dodgers, fade them every chance you get, every opportunity you get. I'm not saying plus 1.5. I'm saying take the other team on the money line, do some homework, make sure the situation's right. I promise you'll make money over the season.
And then who were the 4 teams that you said are profitable?
Most profitable right now, if I'm not mistaken, it's the Reds, the Cardinals, the Rockies.
And you said the Nationals.
And the Nationals are quite profitable as well. There's a couple more, but those are the 4 right off hand that are bet on teams. But you got to be careful because there's gonna come some regression, especially for the Cardinals and Nationals. There's some regression coming, but if you see the opportunity to grab them, grab.
Clear. Good stuff, brother. Appreciate the overview on Major League Baseball. I will now take all of y'all on to the next sport, and I will talk about. Yeah, we kind of did a quick recap on footy over the weekend. It would have been fine if I didn't fuck it up. So that said, looking through midweek, Jemiah did mention there is a Premier League game today. I don't have any particular misgivings about Tottenham or Leeds, so I'm not.
Except Tottenham sucks, right?
Tottenham and West Ham, man.
Yeah.
Your boys, I will say your boys, man. I thought, man, the group chat was going crazy yesterday because we thought West Ham was going to make Arsenal drop points. And everybody's out here like, oh my God, Arsenal's got a chance to blow it. And then VAR decided, obviously, not to award the goal to West Ham, which I haven't even seen the clip, so I'm not going to comment here nor there. But we will definitely know on Wednesday, I believe, who is winning the Premier League definitively. And so I'm saying that now because City's got 3 games left. Arsenal has 2. Arsenal plays Burnley this weekend. Last game is against Palace. I'm not clear if it's home or away. It's in London, so whatever. And then you got City plays Crystal Palace on Wednesday. They've got the FA Cup final, I believe, coming up next weekend, and then or this weekend. And then they've got midweek to Bournemouth, and then they finish with Aston Villa. 2 of those 3 teams right now that City has to play are fighting for Champions League spots. There's a very real potential. Aston Villa, if they win the Conference League thing, the European Cup final that they have coming up in a couple weeks, if they win that, the Premier League is going to have 6 teams in the Champions League next year.
Jesus.
2 of those can potentially be right now Aston Villa, who's tied on points with Liverpool, and Bournemouth, whose manager's been linked to Chelsea and all these other places.
Bournemouth in the Champions League?
Dude, they're right there in the table right now. They're right there. It's them, Brighton, it's Villa. Everybody's in this weird spot where and there's even been discussion around you almost need some of these teams to lose Premier League fixtures at the end of the year based on who wins cups in the interim. Like, it's so weird, dude. I can't even get my head around it. But it's my way of saying, if you're Bournemouth and you're Aston Villa and you're playing City and you've got a spot in Europe on the line, you're going to fucking go for it. It's not like you're 12th and you have nothing to play for. The only thing stopping me from my trip to Ibiza is this match. Those teams are going to go for it, man. So City's going to be playing some most likely very motivated teams. Sans maybe Villa at the end of the, in the last game of the year. City draws on Wednesday. It's over. They have to find a way. Arsenal, they got to get 9 points from their last 3. You would need Arsenal to drop 2 out of the 6 points remaining. I don't see them losing to Burnley. Crystal Palace could be here or there, but knowing City's got a final coming up as well, I don't think, I'm not betting this, but I think Wednesday, City will drop points to Crystal Palace. It will not be over, but for all intents and purposes, by the time we have our next discussion, Arsenal will be effectively Premier League champions. Sunday will be the kind of the nail in the coffin. So there's that component. But if we're also talking about games on Wednesday, we have a shit ton of MLS. As always, we're getting these midweek games in, trying to get fixtures. I hate to say out of the way. That sounds bad, but trying to get games done before the World Cup starts here, God, very soon, in just over a month. We have 14 games on the docket on Wednesday. I will keep it short and sweet with you guys because a lot of them didn't really move the needle for me. Some of these games shouldn't even be on television. I know Apple TV, obviously, with all due respect to the people watching Philly and Orlando, I don't know why.
Yeah, you said in our when we first started the pod, you said those teams were going to be gross.
I thought Philly was going to be good, and
Philly you said was going to be good, but you said Orlando and somebody else you said, was it Vancouver?
No, Vancouver I thought was going to be good, but either way, MLS is so freaking inconsistent right now. I'm looking at I've already taken all 19 of these bets to the window for Wednesday. That's the level of confidence that I have in them. Jemiah's face.
You said 19?
19. Keep in mind.
Fuck yeah, let's go.
Keep in mind, these include our overs.
Okay, so 14 matches, they're all over 2.5.
There's a couple that are over 3.5, but
I was looking at them at plus money.
So
I'm taking them anyway. Yeah.
Everything's pretty much plus money there, so I locked it in. As far as outright winners, I'm not going to make any more stupid mistakes on this pod of picking against the greatest player of all time, who is Lionel Messi. You give me plus money for Messi in Cincinnati, I don't care what day of the week it is. No.
Every time.
Plus 115. Don't outthink the room. Thank you very much. Had to go ahead and lock that one in. A lot of the other ones that I liked were, the odds are a little bit lower, but could be good potential parlay action here. The Galaxy are on the road in Kansas City Wednesday night. I saw them at only minus 102 today. They were in Atlanta, beat Atlanta United on Saturday. Marco Royce came off the bench, completely changed the game. I think he gets more minutes on Wednesday against a team that, if you're looking at the stats in MLS, you got the Galaxy at one end, and somewhere over here off camera, that's where Sporting Kansas City is. So they're on their way home. Time change isn't an issue for them or any of that stuff. Sporting Kansas City lost 6-0 on the weekend. I don't think it'll be that bad, but this team is not good. So again, even though the odds aren't that crazy, I feel like if there's anything as close to a sure thing, Galaxy over Sporting Kansas City all day, take it to the window. And then the other one that I really, really love, I love Minnesota, minus 120 against the Colorado Rapids midweek. James Rodriguez, who I was trolling about not being able to survive the cold in Minnesota, he's finding his footing. He had a couple assists over the weekend. It turns out these really good players that you give money to, unless you're Atlanta United, sometimes they actually know what they're doing and they figure it out. So
it just took him a minute. It took him, a month and a half?
Who's that?
The guy in Minnesota.
Oh, James Rodriguez? basically. Well, and also
because it's still fucking cold. Listen, I got family up there. It's still fucking cold.
Oh, everybody up there is in hoodies right now. The high is probably like 54, which is 17 for our European listeners. But yeah, it's either way, James is finding his footing. That's a team that continues to be playing, I think, kind of above their strength. So for now, I'm not going to outthink the room on it. Some other tastier matchups, but I didn't love the value in like a San Jose, Seattle, anything like that. Vancouver over Dallas. That's the only one I haven't locked in yet because I love the Whitecaps. And now, in case you haven't heard, these motherfuckers want to take the team from Vancouver and move them to Vegas. So there has been
I love it.
Fuck that. Dude. I want that team to stay in Vancouver. That team is
they should.
Ever. They have fucking like lower divisions, everything else. Stop fucking with the Pacific Northwest to go put them in
Leave them alone.
Seat arena across from, I don't even fucking know where it would be. Probably near the baseball stadium on the Strip. Either way, Whitecaps are balling out. I got on a tangent. Whitecaps are balling out. Dallas has been okay. I don't care that the game's on the road until Vancouver tells me they're not going to consistently be beating ass. I'm taking Vancouver. So, again, for all the picks for MLS for the middle of the week, again, we've got all the overs because, duh, we're taking Miami plus money. I'm taking Minnesota minus 120, the Galaxy minus 102, and I am taking the last ones, which I just forgot, even though they just came out of my mouth, and I can't find
and
Vancouver,
Minnesota,
and Minnesota. There we go. I think I might have even said Minnesota twice. Whatever. So either way, I'll let the robot edit it for us as it usually does. Those are the for MLS for this week. And
you really like those too, yeah? Because here's the thing, I'm gonna throw this out there because as much as we say no parlay, no parlay, no parlay, people are going to do it anyway.
I'm probably going to do it.
Here's the thing. All right. If you're going to parlay, bet each game individually.
Yes.
All right. Put $10 on each, bet to win $10 on each game. So that would be 10. So it'd be $45 to win 40. Out of that 45, take 5. If you want to parlay all 4 of those, the odds are plus 1294. Put $5 out of that $40 on the parlay. Just take a small percentage of betting each game individually on the parlay it, run with it. You're going to do it anyway. If you're going to do it, be smart about it. And who knows, man, honestly, you can hit one of these a month and be a happy camper because the way things are going nowadays with sports books, you're getting true odds on parlays now because they want so many people to do it.
Bet it. Yeah.
They want you to bet it, so now they're making it way more fair, and it just makes more sense now to parlay. Not all the time. I'm always going to be anti, but every now and again I do it, and especially when I had like $3 or $4 on a parlay on a WNBA this past weekend, and I just took all favorites, lined them up on ProfitX because ProfitX makes it so easy to do parlays. It's kind of scary, but I threw like $4 or $5 on a parlay, a 5-team parlay money line, and the Aces just got smoked. So that was $5 down. Yeah, but they just weren't. That was just a non-focus spot for those young ladies.
No, I get it. And honestly, I think with some of the strong favorites that you're going to continue to see in MLS, like the teams in LA, Vancouver, Nashville, some of these squads that have been balling out, I do think that's the only way for people to really gain bankroll. That's going to be the only way to do it. Otherwise, for now, like me, you're just trying to make sure the picks are right, which is my main goal, obviously. But then it's okay, if this is what the data is telling me, now I can start to take those kinds of chances and branch out a little bit. So appreciate you, homie.
Build the bankroll and then diversify your bonds, bitches.
That's it. Wu-Tang Financial checking in with you.
Goddamn right.
Speaking of the aforementioned ladies, tell us about the WNBA and the wonderfulness that was the weekend, and what are your thoughts going forward?
The dub was fucking great this weekend. I'm gonna just run through this where did it start? Yeah, so opened up. First game was Liberty, Connecticut. Connecticut's going to be a really bad team because they're moving to Houston, which is why they picked up Brittany Griner from Atlanta. So it's like a farewell tour for the Connecticut Sun. They are a bad basketball team. We had the Liberty minus 15. Sabrina Ionescu was out. Satu Sabali was out. Rebecca Allen was out. So the line dropped to 11. So I bet it again at 11. And they covered the 15, they covered the 11, they covered the 10. We took Miss Brianna Stewart over 30.5 points and rebounds, cashed that. Kiki Iriefin over 13.5 points. She missed 2 free throws at the end, so it happens. But that was when we went 5-1 on that Saturday. Listen, her name is Flau J. Johnson. She plays for the Storm. Flau J. She's from LSU.
Are you sure that's how it's pronounced?
I don't know. I might get yelled at by some random dude from Texas. But they set her point total. The first game, they set it at 10.5. Next total, they set it at 12.5. Bet the over. If it's under 15, bet it. Bet her over on points. Dallas is good. Dallas is very, very good, but they're also very, very young. They were amped up on Sunday to play the Fever at the Fever, so hence the reason they played the way they played. They probably should have lost that game given Caitlin Clark and Kelsey Mitchell those 2 shots at the end. It should have been tied and gone to overtime. Yada yada yada. Blah blah blah. 6 times out of 10, the Fever are going to win that game. I don't know about covering 7.5. The next time they play, that spread is going to be 4. Probably. But overall, I mean, we ended up going Well, that doesn't look right.
You'd say like
I want to
13
say
and 5.
20 and 15,
Oh,
but I
no.
think it was better than that. Either way, we were very, very, very profitable in the WNBA.
Let's go.
Like it's do it from there until now. Save and apply. Yeah. So yeah, 20 and 15, 5 units. Yeah, the Valkyries are going to be good. They're a bet on team. The Mystics are going to be good. They're a bet on team until New York gets all their people back. They're not going to cover the massive spreads that are going to be out there. The Aces showed it's an age old. It's such an old betting strategy that the team that wins the Super Bowl, their opening game when they get their rings and shit.
Oh yeah,
bet against them.
Yeah,
and which is why they just got smoked by the Mercury.
Yeah, Phoenix.
They got smoked by Phoenix, and guess what Phoenix did the next night? Because they were both on a back-to-back. Phoenix lost by 20 to the Valkyries after beating the Aces by 40. So it was just a spot play. It was a really good spot play for the Mercury. I was on the wrong side of it. I was on the under. Actually, that's a lot. I think we did get that under by half a point because the Aces couldn't hit a bull in the ass with a handful of rocks. Another train you need to hop aboard if you are betting the WNBA is Sonia Citron of the Washington Mystics. Her point total over her 3-point shots. If it's over 2.5, over. And let me see. Brianna Stewart, as long as Ionescu's out, her points, rebounds, and assists over. Kelsey Plum's points, if it's 15, 16 points, over. Nneka Ogwumike, who plays for the Sparks now, rebounds over. You'll see all these bets in the Pickett app and the Juice Reel app. But the WNBA is going to be a really good. We're gonna have a good year this year. I'm taking no fucking prisoners.
Let's go.
The guy that pissed me off in the comments made me go back. I don't use Action anymore, but he made me go back into Action to check my record, and I literally have an 1,100 game sample size. And I was hitting at right at 54%, and I'm up 12 units. And I posted that in the pod that I put out for Mr. Man, who is now blocked. But for Mr. Man, just to see my record, just to see that we're not out here fucking just throwing out picks. And just because I mispronounced AZ Fudd, I didn't mean to offend the gentleman. But that has nothing to do with winning fucking bets, bro.
No, it doesn't.
I don't give a fuck if her name is fucking Mahatma Gandhi. If I do the research and the homework lines up and it's a bet I can win, I'm betting it. So there's that. So plenty more WNBA coming your way. I will throw this out there. Speaking of Dallas, our Atlanta Dream are traveling to Dallas tomorrow. Dream money line to the window. I need to wait and let the line shape, but Atlanta Dream on the money line against Dallas.
I gotta keep
Dallas is good, but first year coach, they are young. The Dream, these are grown ass women. Like I've watched this team grow over the years, and the coach is good. But Dream on the money line tomorrow is worth a trip to the window, and we're going to the window with that. And with that being said, I'm going to jump into the association, the NBA tonight. And keep it short and sweet for you guys. Look, we're taking both favorites, not because I'm from Cleveland, but because I just think in a series like this, if the Cavs come out and jump out early, and I hope they do, and for a cat like James Harden to finish game 3 the way he did on a flourish like that for a guy like that carries over into the next game. And I think if the Cavs jump out and step on their throats early, Detroit, I'm not saying they're going to quit. They're not. That team is tough. They are gritty. But if we can lock up Cade Cunningham, which we can't, but let Cade Cunningham go for 30, 35, 40, nobody else can score. Lock up Tobias Harris. Lock up the kid that played for Patino at St. John's and Iona. Ashley, I think his name is. He's got the locks that plays for the Pistons. Eliminate those guys from beating you up. And Detroit will get in the mindset, all right, let's just get back to the crib. We'll get game 5. We'll worry about getting game 6 back in Cleveland. I think Cleveland ties it up tonight. We are on OKC minus 11 as well. That line has moved to 12. I'm comfortable with the 12. They are just so fucking good. And I just don't. SGA hasn't even gone for 30 points in one game this series. Man, and they are just dominating.
Very quick sidebar. Thank God they didn't get like a top 5 pick in this year's draft.
They could have, which is crazy.
Yeah, because like it didn't even enter my mind until they started going through it, and it was like, oh, thank God they just ended up with like the 13th pick or whatever it was. But like they hit it everywhere they draft. So
Dude,
I mean,
Stan Presti is the GM.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, he fucking genius. I mean, this guy is good Lord, they are set for the next 8 years.
Yeah.
I mean, barring injury and everything like that. But they're so good. The Lakers are just without Luka. Even if they had Luka, he's going to put up 40 and give up 40. So what's the trade-off? Because his defense is not good.
Right.
LeBron can't carry it. Austin Reeves is still not 100%, and their role player Marcus Smart looks old. He truly does look old. And that, I mean, I don't think LeBron's going to go. Like, I think he's going to play one more year. I don't know where, especially with the Lakers already being sold or whatever. But on that note, we're taking LeBron to score over 21.5 points tonight because he's going to have to. He's at home. I think the books are lower in this number, and because everybody's hammering this under. But tonight we are going to take SGA over 28.5 points. I think he's going to get 30 tonight. I feel like he can just get 30 for fun because he is that good. And the next two, all these are point totals. I just went with all points. I didn't do the rebounds, the assists, and all that shit. Donovan Mitchell over 26.5. I think is the best price on the best. It is by far the best price on the card. And the past 2 games, he's averaged 32. Just like nobody can guard Cade, nobody can hold Donovan. And speaking of Cade, we're taking him to score over 26.5. So just a little duel between Donovan and Cade. That'd be dope. You guys both go for 30. That'd be nice. Flying under the radar is Mr. Evan Mobley. We're going to take him over 15.5 points tonight. So take that, plug it into your prize picks, your underdog fantasy, or whatever those sites are where you put in the higher, lower, everything like that. All these are 1-unit plays. Everything's been researched, expected, gone through the model. And that's the other thing I wanted to kind of talk to you about. I was going to talk to you about it off air. I'll talk to you about it on air because I did it in the pod the other day. There are 3 aspects, and you're diving into the second of the 3. And for me, it's mental, model, market. And so the mental side for you, because you played soccer, is the eye test. What you watch, what you see, what you see on TV. Clearly, one team's better than the other. What you see. Right. Then you've got your model that you're working on building right now, and I'm literally going to light a candle in the window for you because this first one's going to drive you fucking nuts, dude. And what's going to happen is because my first one I started working on in December, and I gave up halfway through January on my first one, and I didn't even revisit it until March. But once the eye test, the model test, and then the last part is reading the market, because you've got to respect the sharp money, and that is those are the 3 aspects of handicapping the way I go about it: mental, model, market. And like the market was dead ass wrong yesterday on the WNBA game. Connecticut was a +2 point dog. The line flipped to them being the favorite. I recommended people bet Connecticut on the money line. I was dead wrong. Seattle ended up beating them by 7 points. So but guess what my model said? Seattle by 5. They ended up winning by 7. So I should have listened to the model, ignored the market, and balancing those 3 is the hard part of this. Not the hard part. That's the part that keeps you not guessing, but that's where the research comes in. That's where all the hours and the work come in. And when you cash a few bets that way, it feels good. But it's a process, and it's a fun process for me. So
there we go. Hopefully everybody can adopt the 3Ms that Jemiah shared, or your own version, or obviously your own process, which hopefully in the midst of doing your research does involve, as always, liking, subscribing, and sharing our content. We super appreciate it.
Please and thank you.
Yeah, please and thank you. We're going to be nice for a minute because Jemiah's already yelled at everybody on the internet over the last few days. So there's no anger.
I just have no patience for that shit. I truly don't. We are taking our time and doing a lot of research and doing this for free, and out of the goodness of our hearts, but selfishly, it centers us. It gives us something to do and something positive to put out in the world. And when people take time to try to shit on something positive by just being negative for no fucking reason, I got an issue with that. So
Yeah.
And it's always going to be free, guys. All we're asking for is it takes 1 second. If you're watching on your phone and this is a short, it takes 1 second. Just click, just like it. Just like it. Like like the video. Subscribe to the channel. We're not going to waste your time. I'm going to keep time stamping videos because you don't want to hear us fucking rant and rave. But it takes 1 second, man, and we really, really appreciate it. And if you're on your phone, apparently technology, you can hit the hype button on the YouTube, and if you hit the hype button, they hype us. I don't know what it means.
I would like to be hyped. I don't know
Please.
that. Well, I'm also of the age now. I would like to know that I'm being hyped. Like,
let me know you're gonna hype me before you hype me.
Let me know you're gonna hype me. Like, big fans of consent here at To the Window. So, admittedly, I would like to know that I'm being hyped. And Jemiah, if I'm going to hype you, I will also let you know in advance that the hyping is coming. So,
a warning of the hyping.
Yeah, I'm not trying to have a heart attack over getting hyped on
a hype watch, not a hype warning, if you will.
Yes, that's true. That's true. Which means
just like watch.
You faintly hear Little John in the in the distance. It's like a tornado that just kind of like flies through the air.
Skeet, 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 skeet.
Skeet, skeet, skeet.
Yep. Yeah.
I have no idea to end it on a better note than that. So
it doesn't matter, man. Hey, listen, guys, that was 19 bets from Chris, 15 of which were the ones we've been telling you to do for the past 2 months that have just been printing money, which are the overs. The 4 sides, he said, the 3 baseball bets I made, the 7 NBA bets I made. You'll have to scroll back through and look for those. And 1 WNBA play I'm getting in early for tomorrow. But you'll have to go back and thumbs up and use the timestamps.
There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate your time. We appreciate your energy. Hopefully this has been a rewarding listen for you as it has been rewarding for us to do for you. And please carry that positivity into the world, man. Be nice to strangers. Be good to yourselves. Don't be a dick. Don't be pretentious. All that stuff. We're all just doing the best we can to get through this crazy thing called life. So as always, brother, I appreciate you. Thank you. To the audience, thank you. We love you. Catch you on the next one.
Don't bet what you can't afford to lose. If a bet makes you sweat, you're doing it wrong, guys. To the window.